Hello and welcome back to another video today here again on Forza Horizon 5 to build a couple more things in Events Lab. So last week I came in and built an Italian job style sprint route here on Forza Horizon 5, so go and check that one out if you haven't already. It should have gone up at the same time last week. But today I'm going to be going in and building a couple of rally stages on some of the sort of tighter roads. So if you imagine the map on Horizon 5, it has those sort of dotted line roads that are smaller than other dirt trails, and I feel like they're more the right sort of width for a rally stage, if you like. They're usually quite tight, with trees near them and things like that. So I'm going to be using a couple of roads like that, obviously connected with bits of tarmac and other stuff, but try and build something that feels kind of like quite a realistic rally stage. So we're going to build a couple, so let's go and get started. I do have some idea of kind of where I want them to run, so let's go and get started with the first one. So this first one, as you can see, has a bit of a problem with spawning in. So it seems whatever I build on here, there's always some kind of issue. Eventually I'll learn all of them and be able to avoid everything. Or once they add the feature, which supposedly they're going to, where you can come back and edit, I can move this sort of tent off the road or back a bit so that, yeah, it didn't like spawning the car inside. It kind of wanted a covered start line, sort of. Well, originally I was going to put the tent next to the road, but it's huge, so I thought I'd just put it over. But yeah, it does cause a couple of issues with spawning in. And I thought the car would sort of start here, but it started behind that tyre. So yeah, quite a big issue with this track. There is a small, yeah, kind of faffing about with that and lining up on where the start line should be. Anyway, let's run you through the rest of the stage. So that was the first route, Special Stage 1, which, yeah, as I pointed out at the beginning, few issues with the start line, which hopefully I will go in and fix once I have the ability to edit things, once Playground Games put that into the game. But yeah, fun little stage. I did hit a couple of the tyre walls along the way, which is kind of the point of them. No, not to be crashed into, but to try and make you keep to the course as much as possible, to try and stop you cutting too much of some of the corners. Which I will do again on the next one, but maybe be slightly more generous, because in some places it was a little bit too tight. But anyway, let's go and build a second route. So this is the second route I've built, which my props haven't spawned in on. Thanks, Forza. Right, 1 second. So, the props have now spawned in. Now, I have actually figured out why they sometimes don't. So, when you pick an event to play, if you look through the My Local Events tab, props don't spawn, and also that's when I've had or sometimes don't spawn, but that's also when I've had the issue of the lap counter not working properly on multiple lap events. So if you go on the My Shared Events tab to play your own blueprint if you've made one, or to play mine if you want to have a go at them, it tends to work better. So that's just a little tip if you're building your own routes. Play them through that, because then they work. So yeah, I have done a quick test drive through here, and yeah, the start line kind of works. I mean, I thought the car would spawn kind of, well, between the barriers. That was where it was when I started building. But yeah, it's not too much of an issue. Now, there is one small glitch that I found when I tested the route quickly earlier, which, well, see if you can spot it, and then I'll point out at the end what's got wrong. It's only a tiny little issue that really doesn't affect the stage, so this one went much better than the first one did. So there we go, that was the second route I built today, here in Events Lab on Forza Horizon 5, the La Selva Rally stage, effectively. But yeah, less issues with that. There was, I don't know if you noticed, the slight issue with it was one checkpoint had somehow jumped itself on top of a tyre bundle. Not quite sure why or how, but anyway, if I had the ability to edit, I can go back in, delete that tyre bundle, maybe replace that checkpoint. I don't know how easy that would be to do, but supposedly we are going to be able to edit things soon. So yeah, like I said, slight glitches with everything I've made so far, really. None of them are quite perfect, and it's just irritating because you spend, believe it or not, those took about an hour each to build. It's very time-consuming placing things where you want them. It's a little bit fiddly in Events Lab, so you spend time making something nicely, and then when you come to test it out, there's a slight problem like that and you can't fix it. So the ability to edit will be very welcome when it arrives. This is feedback they've had from a lot of people, so they are now implementing it. But yeah, slight tweaks I can do to those two to fix them, but overall I'm quite pleased with how they turned out. Again, I did hit a couple of tyre walls, but that's kind of why they're there, to stop you cutting the corner too much. But yeah, two decent enough rally stages, I think. Do let me know if you've enjoyed watching that, or and do go and give them a go. Share codes were at the beginning of each thing, obviously, so yeah, go and give them a go if you think that looks like fun, and I will potentially come in and build some more. Another thing I'd quite like to know is whether you like the time-lapse of me actually building it, or whether you'd prefer I showed maybe more routes that I'd built previously, if you see what I mean. Just show myself driving a route that I've created. So it'd be very interesting to know if you like the time-lapse of building it as well, and if you think that should be part of these videos, because I'm more than happy to take that bit out if you just want to focus on the route itself. But anyway, as always, a lot of fun to fiddle about with Events Lab. Can't wait for them to update it so we can edit stuff. But yeah, I did very much enjoy that, and potentially will build some more rally stages in the future. But for now, go and give those a go if they look like fun. But otherwise, that is going to be all for today's video, so thank you very much for watching, and I will be back with the next video very soon.